Hello everyone, welcome back. So in Sheriff Country, Season 1, Episode 14, the stakes rise as Cassidy's long building theory is finally put to the test. But instead of clear answer, the episode delivers tension, missteps, and a growing sense that the real danger is far from contained. After the crossover chaos with Fire Country, this episode shifts focus back to Edgewater, where Cassidy brings her serial killer theory to Mickey. The timing, though, raises immediate questions. With the Blood Moon Festival just days away, it feels like this information should have come much earlier. Still, Mickey wastes no time trying to act on it, even while facing pressure from the town's leadership to keep the festival running. And that's where things start to get complicated. Mickey decides not to shut the festival down, which on the surface makes sense. Canceling it might prevent an attack, but it wouldn't necessarily help catch the killer. Instead, she opts for a heavy police presence, a show of force meant to deter any potential threat. But that decision quickly backfires by flooding the event with uniformed deputies. Mickey may have actually tipped off the killer, making it too risky for him to act. What could have been a trap instead becomes a warning, allowing the real suspect to stay hidden. It's a classic case of good intention leading to the wrong outcome. Meanwhile, Cassidy proves why she's been central to this investigation from the start. Her instincts and ability to think outside the box lead her to discoveries others might have missed, including the unsettling realization that bodies may not be buried where everyone expected. She follows her gut, pushing beyond conventional method, and it pays off, at least partially. But this is where her personal connection to the case starts to show. There are moments where Cassidy seems just a step behind where she should be. But one key example is when she notices a woman visibly uncomfortable around a man at the festival but doesn't immediately act on it. Given her past and her awareness of this situation, it feels out of character. It's a rare lapse that suggests she might be too close to the case, too emotionally invested to stay fully objective. Eventually, she does track down a suspect and manages to stop him before he can harm anyone, which should feel like a victory, but it isn't, because he's not the killer. The arrest happens quickly, almost too quickly, but it doesn't take long for the evidence to fall apart. His alibi checks out, and just like that, the case is back to square one. In fact, this misstep may have made things worse. By acting too soon and too publicly, the investigation has likely alerted the real killer, pushing him further into the shadows, and now the danger feels even more personal. Cassidy is no longer just chasing a theory, she's been drawn deeper into something far more unpredictable and risky. The failure of the show of force doesn't just halt the investigation, it raises the stake, setting up what feels like a much darker turn ahead. Still, the episode does something important. It slows things down just enough to give the storyline room to breathe. Instead of wrapping everything up neatly, it acknowledges the complexity of cases like this, especially those involving marginalized victims who are too often overlooked. Even though this is fiction, the message hits close to reality, reminding us how easily the story can go unheard. By the end of the episode, there is a clear sense that this was only the beginning. The theory was tested but not proven. The suspect was caught but not the right one, and the killer he's still out there, which means Cassidy's instinct may have been right all along, but now she's closer to the truth than ever and in more danger than she realizes. Thank you for watching. Bye.